Friday. Starting in the AL East, Masahiro Tanaka got the W while striking out 16, helping lead the Yankees to a win over the Rays, 3-0. The win was their 5th straight as a team. The Toronto Blue Jays hit 3 long balls as they grabbed the win against the Royals in Kauffman Stadium, 5-3. Luis Valbuena sent 2 into the seats while driving in 3, leading the Astros to a win over the Red Sox, 4-3. The Rangers beat the White Sox on the south side, 8-3. The Tigers tossed a combined 1-hitter as they bested the visiting Indians, 6-0. The Halos total 11 hits as they nabbed the extra innings win over the Mariners, 4-3. The Atlanta Braves combined to allow only 4 hits as they got the best of the visiting Mets, 3-1. The Washington Nationals broke up their 5-game losing skid as they grabbed the win over the visiting Twins, 1-0. The Cubs smacked 15 team hits as they got past the Reds in Cincinnati, 7-1. The Phillies grabbed 13 hits in the game as they took a victory against the Brewers in Milwaukee, 7-2. The Pirates got 11 overall hits as they got a road win against Arizona, 7-4. The Los Angeles Dodgers allowed 5 hits in the game as they took care of the Rocks in Colorado, 6-2. The Friars totaled 13 hits as a team as they got the best of the visiting Redbirds, 9-0. The San Francisco Giants beat the visiting Marlins, 3-2. Thanks for tuning in today. We'll be back here tomorrow and all season long.
About set for baseball now on the show as you get a look at Yankee Stadium here in the Bronx. Today, it's the second of this 3-game series between the Tampa Bay Rays and the New York Yankees. It's Yankees baseball, and it comes your way next. Michael Pineda is on the mound for Game 2. EK, what do you got?
Well, guys, he's having a very nice season so far. You look at that ERA in the low 2s, looking to continue that trend here in this one.
Kevin Kiermaier makes his way to the plate, and we are ready for some daytime baseball.
Center fielder, number 39.
Pineda sets his sights. Here he comes 0-1. Outside for a ball, 1-1. You know, this Yankee ball club entering play this afternoon here, EK. They come in riding a 5-game winning streak, and they've really got things clicking.
And they've been as hot as anybody in the league recently. So all they need to do is keep playing the way they've been playing. And you have to say, they stack up with anybody in baseball.
And a little off to begin the afternoon as it's to 3-1 now.
Yeah, not the spot to find yourself against a good leadoff hitter. Down 3-1 to start the afternoon? Not good.
No leadoff walk just yet as that finds the strike zone and the count comes full at 3-2.
And that's about where he'll sit with that fastball, 93, 94. And that's plenty hard enough to blow it by guys when you need to.
And that misses, ball 4. So a good battle to begin the ball game today, but the leadoff man will reach first anyway.
Wow, just a great at-bat right there. Simple as that. patient, laid off some tough pitches. He was rewarded.
Logan Forsythe gets his first shot here with a man on following the leadoff walk.
And you know, guys, we talk about it all the time. Leadoff walks are so dangerous, and we'll see if they can take advantage of this one.
A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1-0. And there is our officiating crew in this one, calling balls and strikes, Mr. Freddie Ferguson.
Well, Ferg, as he's known amongst baseball people, really does call a good game back there. He might reward a pitcher for a good location every once in a while, but most of his calls, they seem to be spot on.
One and 0 pitch on the way. Runner goes for second. Pitch swung on and missed. The throw in time at second, and McCann has nailed him trying to take second base.
Well, that's kind of what makes the hit and run play such a gamble. You can see right here on show track, this ball's not even in the strike zone. So once the guy at the plate can't make contact, that runner is hung out to dry.
Can't keep the weight back, and he falls behind 1-2. Ready on 1-2. Lifted in the air out towards left center. Gardner's after it. He makes the running play. 2 down. Time now for a look at the Rays starting 9. Steve, what do they have to do to take down a very hot team here on the road?
Well, how about come out here and just swing for the trees? This is a great hitter's park, and you might need a big showing out of your offense to give them a chance to win. So this is the place to do it.
Corey Dickerson will take his first swings here, and as you can see, not a lot going right for him offensively here in this first month of the year. First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball 1. Just getting started here in the Bronx. And he watches one split the middle here, 1-1.
And you know, I think it's going to be important that when guys get their pitches, they take advantage. There it looked like he was taken all the way, and he may not get another pitch that catches that much of the plate.
From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. A ball and 2 strikes to count now with the bases empty and 2 away.
Doing a good job right there of tying him up inside. Got in on his hands that time before he could get that barrel through the zone.
2 out, nobody on. Hits it high and deep out to center field. Looking up is Ellsbury. And this one is gone. A home run. So it's a solo shot to dead center as the Rays move out on top 1-0.
I tell you, that's the perfect storm there. A power pitcher on the mound throwing a hard fastball to a power hitter at the plate. He takes a big swing and squares it perfectly. I mean, that's as long a home run as you're going to see.
Batting fourth.
Here's Steve Pearce now.
Designated hitter, Steve
As he'll watch a slider that's driven in. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0. And he'll try to hold back the swing, but he'll do so unsuccessfully as that's ruled a strike. To 2-2 now.
Yeah, sometimes you give a power hitter like this a fastball at eye level, and he just can't help himself.
And he's getting his money's worth up there now. It's full 3-2. You have to figure that he's really going to need to keep the walks in check if he's going to have success here.
I was thinking the same thing. No free rides. You've got to make these guys earn it.
Good swing on a tough pitch, and he'll stick around to see another one. And he looks at one that misses, and that's an excellent job of making his man throw a lot of pitches as he toughs out a walk.
That's the second walk he's allowed here in the first inning. And I have a feeling if you ask his manager, he's going to say that that's way too many already. You can't go giving away base runners, or you're going to find yourself in a big hole early on.
Evan Longoria will dig in now. Off to a slow start, as you see there. Just barely over the 200 mark here in April. Now a swing and a fly ball. And it'll fade just at the end and winds up a long foul ball. Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Here's a cutter that's off the plate, 1-1. Next pitch will be number 24 in this long first inning. And he swings on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. A ball and 2 strikes. Here it is. And no offer that time from Longoria. It's back to 2-2 now.
Yeah, and he's got to be careful not to give up yet another home run here in this inning. So you can see they're approaching with caution here.
Now a fastball inside, and he works it back to a full count now.
And now the benefit of you working the count to 3-2 is that runner gets a head start from first with 2 away.
A runner on first with 2 away. Throws him for strike 3, and that retires the side. Rays off and running early on the solo home run. Bottom of the first coming up. Tampa Bay's out to a 1-0 lead. Alex Cobb will be on the bump for game 2 of the series. What do you have for us on him, EK?
Well, guys, not a big strikeout pitcher here on the mound, so expect to see a lot of balls put in play, defense being very involved. Should be fun to watch.
And there you see Jacoby Ellsbury as he'll lead things off here in the home half of the
Leading
first.
up for the Yankees, center fielder, Jacoby Ellsbury.
Sends that one out of play for strike 1. The windup and the 0-1. Set up away with the changeup, but it's 1-1. EK, the Rays, as they begin play here this afternoon, they've been fairly punchless of late, losing last time out and, in fact, dropping 6 of their last 7.
And it's been a less than amazing start to the road trip, too. They've won just 1 of their first 4 games, so they'll be looking to turn that around here.
The 1-2 pitch. Now a swing and a miss as Ellsbury's down on strikes for the first out. With that, it's time to check out the starting lineup for the hometown Yankees. What do you think they need to do to keep this winning streak rolling, Steve?
Well, I think you need to take advantage of balls up in the zone, and you could probably say that almost every day, but this is a great hitter's park. You get something to drive, they end up in the seats here.
Brett Gardner will stand in. He comes off an 0 for 4 in last night's ball game.
Well, I'll tell you what, I have him in my lineup every day. He's had 8 RBIs over his last 10 games. Yesterday was just a little bit of an off day for him.
But the throw's a good one as they get Gardner trying to beat one out. And with that, let's give you a look at the defensive alignment for Tampa Bay. It's brought to us by Majestic. EK, what do you got?
Well, guys, the center fielder in this one, as good as anybody out there in the field. Has a lot of speed, can cover a lot of ground, and most importantly, he's very reliable.
Alex Rodriguez gets his first cuts now. The bases are empty, and there are 2 away here in the opening frame.
Yeah, nothing doing so far here. He kind of needs to put up a tough at-bat right here just to make this guy work a little bit.
A little tardy there. No balls and a strike.
Just really free and easy out there in this first inning. He threw that ball right by him.
Now a changeup in on the hands that evens it at 1-1. Room out there as he puts this away to retire the side. So the Yanks go 1-2-3. They still trail 1-0. James Loney will get his first opportunity now, and you can see that average pushing up near 350 to start things out.
James Loney.
Pineda's ready. Here's the first pitch. And that's in there for strike 1.
Well, you know, you hear it all the time because it's true. First pitch strikes are so important. It really changes the complexion of the at-bat for not only the pitcher but the hitter as well, especially when you've got a good hitter up there.
And he falls behind 0-2. But by the end of his Dodgers tenure, Loney's career had tailed off a bit, but things picked up for him after he landed in Tampa Bay prior to the 2013 season.
Yeah, and he's been really consistent with the Rays. You know, he had a resurgent year in 2013, and then he followed that with a career-high 174 hits in 2014.
Into the windup, here comes the 0-2 pitch. Line towards center field. Oh, and he misses it.
Boy, that's a little surprising right there. I wonder if this ball maybe knuckled on him a little bit right at the end. There's no way he lost it in the sun. It wasn't hit high enough.
Here's Desmond Jennings now. As he'll take a look at a slider here that finds the zone for strike 1. Here's a guy who could use a 3 for 4. He's got that batting average still down in the 190s. No home runs as of yet, and 3 driven in. And here's a swing and a miss as he falls behind 0-2.
Down 0-2 after 2 great sliders. He's got his work cut out for him now.
Nobody out, runner on first. Now the fastball is right by him as he swings and misses for the first out of the inning. And with a quick breather here, let's give you a look at the Yankees defense. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric, what do we need to know?
Well, guys, having Brian McCann behind the plate is something every pitching staff would appreciate. Great at pitch framing, blocking skills are as good as any. He saves runs by giving up his body, and he gets his pitchers a lot of strikes by being fluid back there with the glove.
Hank Conger is set to stand in, and he'll be looking to change his fortunes in this one. He's seen his numbers take a bit of a hit in recent action. And he'll try to crowd him there to start the at-bat. It's 1-0. And he misses again, 2-0.
A couple of tight pitches here to start this at bat. You can't really say you're getting squeezed, but he's not really getting any help either.
Runner at first here, 1 man out. Nope. 3-0.
Well, I can understand being careful here, but this early in the game, let him hit the ball. Do not give away free passes.
Grounded up the first baseline. Foul. Turned on down the line, but a foul ball, and it's full now at 3-2. And he misses with that one for ball 4. So that'll put runners on first and second now with 1 away.
Not a real good sign here. Already his 3rd walk of the ball game this early on. And that's a sign to me may not have brought his A game to the ballpark. He's had to work awfully hard out there so far.
Brad Miller will stand in here, and like so many others, hitless in the shutout last night.
You know, guys, we all know that those kind of games are going to happen in this sport. It's a tough game out there, no matter who you are. But the good ones are able to put that day behind you and go out and focus on the next game.
Hit pretty well out toward right center field. Gone! So a 3-run shot to right center field. Home run number 5 on the year. And the Rays have opened it up even further now. It's 4-0.
One of the keys for him getting the victory in his last start, he did not allow a home run in that outing. But this is now 2 home runs he's served up here in the first few innings. You can bet there's a bit of concern over there in that dugout.
Now batting.
Standing in, Kevin Kiermaier.
Kevin Kiermaier.
Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Ellsbury on the move. He gets there and makes a fine running play for the second out.
One of the great things about the play he made right there is it's really difficult to run after a ball that long and not have the ball bounce up and down in the air while you're running. You got to run on your toes. That's what he did. That keeps the ball smooth and makes it easier to catch.
Stepping in now, Logan Forsythe, as he'll take a look at ball 1. You know, you start to worry that maybe this already has the makings of a short outing.
And that's not what that man right there wants to hear. He'd hate to have to make a change this early, but he might have to.
The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Hit hard on the ground to second. Backhanded. And the ball hops on Teixeira, but he's able to stay with it. Nice play for the final out. One more look at the big blow for the Rays. A 3-run home run. On to the bottom of inning number 2. It's now 4-0 Tampa Bay. Mark Teixeira will stand in, and as you can see the big number there, he's up over 400 to begin the campaign.
Yeah, and I think it's a bit of a surprise to see him off to such a hot start with the bat. It's still early in the season, though, so we'll see if he can maintain it over the course of an entire year.
Here is a ground ball now for the shortstop to the right of second. A quick out number 1.
Oh, pretty flashy with the leather right there. This is all the way over on the second base side of the bag. And if he decides to leave this one for the second baseman, forget about it. It's a base hit.
Carlos Beltran will dig in here, and he'll do so with the 8th best average in the American League entering play.
Well, it's still early in this season, but if he keeps this up.
Into the windup and the pitch. Weak grounder back to the mound. Throw gets him, 2 down.
He's going right through him here in the second. That's 2 pitches and 2 outs. And, you know, quick innings like this early on, that can really pay off later in the game.
Brian McCann will stand in now, still struggling to get anything going offensively.
Well, he's been scuffling through this year, but over the last 10 games he's been good, hitting over 350.
Curveball, and that misses in the dirt for ball 1. There's a belt-high strike to even the count at 1-1.
Real good lateral movement on that 2-seam fastball. That pitch is money for him when it's moving like that. So just keep on throwing it.
Now a fastball that just misses here as the count moves to 2-1. And that misses, so they fall behind McCann here, 3-1.
Well, it's looking like this might be their best chance to get that first base runner out there. And really, this has been one of the few guys that's even been ahead in the count.
And this is taken low for ball 4, and they'll have themselves a 2-out base runner here after all.
And that's not the first time he's had the bat taken out of his hands. You see right there, a lot of pitchers just said, hey, with an open base, forget about it. I'm going to let the next guy try to beat me.
Standing in now, Greg Bird. As the first pitch here is a bit high, it's ball 1. He'll enter play here with that average down in the low 200s. 2 home runs and 4 RBIs. Here comes the 1-0. Inside, and he falls behind the hitter now, 2-0.
Well, this is a guy up there that's not hitting a ton right now, but he can still work the count, and that alone can be beneficial to an offense.
The 2-0 on the way. Outside and low, 3-0. You figure he's taken now on the 3-ball count?
Maybe even taken 2.
And he misses again, ball 4. And that's back-to-back guys now that have reached base via the base on balls.
Oh, and you know he wanted that one. Now the inning will continue, and a guy moves up into scoring position here.
Starlin Castro will stand in, and you see the average there, up over 300 to start the new season. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Here's a 2-seamer inside to start the at-bat. It's 1-0.
Well, this is a spot where it helps to have a 2-seam fastball like that so you can work in on the right-handed hitters.
That evens it up, 1-1. Two down, runners at first and second. Sent on the ground out to second. And the 2-out threat will not come to pass as the inning is over. A couple of walks, but no damage. More of the show. Saturday baseball after this. A look there at the most famous urban park in the United States, Central Park, set to go again here from Yankee Stadium. Corey Dickerson is into the box as we are all set to begin the third.
Well, guys, they jumped out to that big lead early on in this game, but you really can't get comfortable. You have to keep putting pressure on.
And the first pitch of the inning here misses down and in for a ball. It's 1-0.
Now, after a rough couple of innings, you'd like to give your guy a chance to straighten himself out here, but I also think you got to keep your options open in case he just doesn't have it.
And a strike to even the count. 1-1. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
He just keeps getting himself into trouble out there. Here's another guy that you got to make swing the bat.
Pineda gets the sign. Here's the 2-1. Unable to get the bat around in time, and the count evens at 2-2. All even at 2-2. Here it is. And he can't get out of the way of that one, so the leadoff man will be on to open the frame.
And you know the problem with his slider, and it almost sounds stupid to say it, but sometimes it can literally move too much. I mean, it's a great pitch, don't get me wrong. But here, look at how far this thing runs in. That's a pitch that can be hard to control at times, and here it winds up costing him.
Steve Pearce will stand in. He drew base on balls his first time.
And some action out in the Yankee bullpen now as a right-hander starts to loosen up.
Halfway to 100 pitches. Here it is. Good swing. A 1 pitch on its way. Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2.
And after walking him the first time around, he's all business here in the second at-bat.
A runner at first with no outs here. Fastball swung on and missed for the first out.
I love this pitch right here. Just an elevated fastball with 2 strikes. Nothing much to it. He just says, this is just a good old country fastball, and he runs it right by him.
In is the third baseman, Evan Longoria. Pitch swung on and missed. The throw. The tag by Castro, and he's out at second base.
Well, that was kind of surprising to see him stealing anyway. It didn't really look like he had a great lead at all, and they throw him out by a country mile.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Boy, and he's turned things around from that last inning as this pitch is swung on and missed. It's 0-2 now.
Well, he's down 0-2 now, and he hasn't even seen the changeup yet. That could be the strikeout pitch of choice right here.
Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. Nothing doing for Tampa. They lead it 4-0. Didi Gregorius will stand in. A couple of hits in that ball game last night.
Well, this guy's hitting over 300 on the year now, and he had a good performance yesterday as well.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And he lays off a pitch in there for the first strike. You like what you've seen from this guy so far?
I do. I like where he's putting the fastball, and I like the movement he's been getting on both his curveball and changeup. I think he'll do well.
In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. You know, I think Didi Gregorius has one of the most interesting backgrounds of anybody in the big leagues. Born in Amsterdam, his dad played professionally in Europe, and his mom was a star softball player. And not only that, His brother played professionally in the Italian Baseball League. Chop foul at the plate, and he stays alive, still 0-2. Didi actually played T-ball in the Netherlands before his family moved to Curacao when he was 5.
Well, that was probably a pretty good move for him, considering Curacao is definitely more of a hotbed for baseball than anywhere else in Europe. Although the game is growing over there, so keep your eyes open.
And you'll get a good look at the grip on his two-seam fastball. You grip it along the narrower seams on the baseball, and that gives it that running action you don't see on the four-seamers.
Jacoby Ellsbury will stand in here. He was set down on strikes to start the home first.
And they fooled him at the changeup in his last at-bat. I got to believe you go after him again with that changeup.
Check to swing there and pops this one up. And he'll squeeze this one for the second out.
And he's got to be saying, if only they were all this easy. They'll make a great pitch, get him to check his swing, and let that ball just pop right back to you.
Here's Brett Gardner now. Hit down the line at first. Oh, what a stop on the slide. He's out.
Woo, no problem.
1-2-3 go the Bombers. They trail here 4-0. James Loney is ready here as we begin the top of the fourth.
First baseman number 21, James Loney.
First pitch of the inning is taken low and away for a ball. It's 1-0. Gotta say, they've done a pretty nice job laying off that tough changeup.
And I think you have to give some credit to that hitting coach. He's tried to tell him that pitch is not going to be a strike. You got to wait and make him bring something up in the zone.
And a good heater as he just watches this baby, a ball and a strike. And Loney takes that one that misses. It's 2-1.
A lot of pitches away here, which is smart given that short porch and right.
There's the cold strike he was looking for. 2-2 now.
A little conviction behind that fastball.
Pineda into his motion. 2-2 on its way. And a half swing that time, but it's a full swing in the eyes of the umpire, and that'll be the first out of the inning.
Well, let's take a look at this check swing here in show motion. From this speed, it almost always looks like the guy goes around. Here, well, it looked like a good call down there at third base. I think that bat did break the plane, and that is a strike.
Here's Desmond Jennings now, as he will take strike one on the fastball here. No balls and a strike.
And even though that is a strike, it's okay. These guys have been really patient at the plate. They've had a good game plan up there, and it's worked out for them so far.
4 runs, just 2 hits, and no errors for Tampa Bay so far. Just a bit late, and he's fallen behind 0-2. Trying to strike him out for the second time. Fought off at the plate, and will do it again. And he couldn't get him to chase the 0-2 fastball. It's 1-2.
Well, you know, when you're behind an account like this, it's all about changing your approach at the plate. You got to shorten up a little bit and just look to put the ball in play. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss on the fastball that time. Out number 2.
And remember now, he finished off the previous inning with back-to-back strikeouts. And now he started this inning with 2 more. So he's really got it working out there now.
Here's Hank Conger. As he'll take a look at a pitch too low, it's ball 1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. That's wide, 2-0. A lot of balls down in the zone in the last inning or so.
And I think that's in response to getting bit by those 2 home run balls. He might be a little leery of challenging guys right now, and I don't blame him. Keep it down there.
3-0 now. Brad Miller would be next. Started to go around, but it's ruled strike 1 anyway. That's in there, and it'll run the count to full, 3-2.
We're already at 4. Do I hear 5 strikeouts in a row?
Now a ball hit sharply toward third. Solid base hit for him, his first of the afternoon.
And another hard hit ball off of him right there. That's not the first one he's allowed so far. As you take a look at his line, not too much to write home about right there. This has not been one of his better performances at all.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Brad Miller. He went deep in his first at-bat. We'll see what he's got in store for us here.
Yeah, and he jumped all over a first pitch fastball in that at-bat and just drove it right out of here. So let's see if he's aggressive early in the count once again.
First pitch hacking here, and that's the first strike.
And it looks like he's rebounded pretty well from that rough inning a couple innings back. He put up a 0 last time, and he's close to doing it again.
2 out with the man at first. And he misses with it, 1-1.
And I think that's been a big part of the problem so far. He just can't locate his fastball, especially in situations where he has to.
Now a swing, and he pops it foul behind the plate. And he will indeed make the play in foul territory to retire the side. A-Rod will lead it off when we get back. The Rays 4 and the Yankees nothing. And there indeed is Alex Rodriguez now. As we told you, he'll start things out here in the home 4th.
Alex Rodriguez.
And he throws the fastball by him here, 0-1. So that pitch isn't going to light up the radar gun, but it's been effective.
Well, it doesn't have to. If you get that good movement and put it in the right spot, it's plenty good enough to do the job.
Hit hard up the middle. And this is going to get on through into center, a leadoff hit.
It took him a little while, but this high-powered Yankee offense finally breaks into the hit column here. Let's see if they can do anything with it now.
Settling in now, Mark Teixeira, as the switch hitter will take his cuts left-handed here.
Well, he's batting lefty right now, but does it matter? He can hit from either side of the plate.
In there at the knees, strike 1. He's set. Here's the 0-1.
Nope.
One strike pitch is a fastball high, and that evens things at 1. Foul right at the plate. The count moves now to 1-2. Ready to deliver the 1-2. Now a changeup locks him up as he looks at strike 3 called. 1 away.
Boy, and just a great call that time to turn to the changeup. That's one of those at the plate where you don't even wait for the umpire to make the call. You know you're a goner.
Digging in, Carlos Beltran. He'll swing it from the left side right here.
You know, he's just flat out a better hitter from the left side. He's a switch hitter, but it's no secret this is his favorite side to hit from.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. There's a strike at the knees. 0-1.
This guy has been amazing. He's thrown a first pitch strike to around 80% of the batters he faced, and we're in the middle innings now, so you know he's doing well.
Well, 1-1.
Well, that's not a real favorable call for him right here. It's one thing when you're facing a lightweight hitter up there, but facing a guy like this, the difference between 1-1 and 0-2 is huge.
And this is lined right back up the middle. And a sliding effort there at short, but this ball finds its way through for a base hit.
Knees, but he stays right on it, drives it for a base hit.
Here's the catcher, Brian McCann, as he'll take a look at an off-speed pitch here that misses for ball 1.
And this is a big spot right here. You've got to get something out of this, even if it's just a run or two.
And that's too high, ball 2.
He's still got a couple pitches to deal with right here, but he's starting to lose command of his pitches. You got to take a step back, take a deep breath, and get back in the zone.
Runners are at first and second with 1 away. And a good comeback fastball there. It's 2 balls and a strike.
Got to like the approach right here. He's basically saying, if you're going to beat me, you're going to have to take it to left field, because I don't think he's going to give this guy anything he can pull.
And the pitch on 2-1. In there, and it's even now, 2-2.
Yeah, it's hard to look for a changeup there, especially when a guy's got a good live fastball.
Still 2-2. Line drive to center field, and he'll lay out to make a spectacular catch. Wow.
Making a bid for a base hit. This is a tough play for a center fielder, because that first step is usually back, but he's charging hard and he lays out to pull it in.
Into the box, Greg Bird, as he'll take a look at a high strike that time. It's 0-1.
And you know, if you're going to challenge a guy up in the zone with a fastball, why not do it on the first pitch? A lot of times he's going to be taken anyway, and you just bought yourself a strike that you can now throw anything off of.
Set to deliver the 0-1. And he'll try to take control of the inside part of the plate with the fastball as he backs him off a bit. You think there was any intent there?
I don't think so. I mean, he's just trying to bury that two-seamer in on the hands. Got away from him just a little bit.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1. And he lays off for a ball. 2-1.
Yeah, a good job here of working himself back into a hitter's count. especially with 2 men on base in front of him.
2 men are on with 2 men out. He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
Well, I think it's time to attack now because these guys haven't been in too many good hitters' counts. This is where you need to pounce.
Three-1 is a fastball, and he can't connect. 3-2.
Well, this is turning into a real dogfight now.
He's set. Here's the 3-2. Chopped weakly to the left. Reined in. Throw on to first, and the Yankee threat goes by the boards as the inning is over. A golden opportunity to get on the board here goes for naught. More from the Bronx after this. Kevin Kiermaier heads for the box to start off the 5th in this one.
And guys, this is the guy you want leading off this inning. He's your leadoff man, so maybe he can get things started, set the table for a little bit of a rally.
And that'll get down for a base hit. So he goes after the first pitch, and it's early trouble here this half of the inning.
Man, these guys have been aggressive here early in the count. Some people think, oh, you might want to take a pitch to start in that bat. And sometimes that's great, and it works out for a lot of people. But what you should be thinking is, I got to swing at strikes, and I got to get my pitch. And if it happens to come on the first pitch, let it rip.
Here comes Yankee manager Joe Girardi on his way to the mound. And it would appear he's seen enough of his starter this afternoon. So he'll depart after working just 4+ innings, as this will not go down as a quality start, that's for sure. Ivan Nova is going to take over here in inning number 5, as it's going to be up to their bullpen to try and keep him in the game here. Logan Forsythe will be the first to stand in against the new pitcher, as he'll do so with a runner at first and nobody out. Runners off for second. And look out as that fastball ran in and got him. Ouch bank.
Well, one thing this team cannot afford is for him to get hurt early in the season. Luckily, though, looks like he's going to be all right.
Into the box now, Corey Dickerson, as he'll take a called strike here on a borderline pitch. It's strike 1. First curveball of the day for him, and likely not the last.
No, he's got a good one. There's no doubt about that. He'll start it on the hip versus righties, and he'll backdoor it to lefties. 2 different locations, but equally effective.
That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2.
This is the thing that's so impressive about this guy. He'll show you that good breaking ball, but then he'll run that fastball up the ladder at 92, 93.
Double-barreled action in the Yankee bullpen now. A lefty and a right-hander start to get loose. A pause, and the 0-2. And here's a ball hit in the air. And he can't track it down. A base hit. The throw home. And they're not going to get him. He's in there at the plate.
Well, he had that home run earlier in the ball game, and now he's got an RBI single. So he's putting together a pretty nice ball game.
Into the box, Steve Pearce. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Yep, they sent him packing last time, so maybe they have a pretty good idea of how to attack him again right here.
And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike 1. The early hit total, about what you'd expect in a score line such as this. 5 runs, 5 hits, and no errors for Tampa Bay so far.
That's a ball.
And there's ball one. High in the air, carrying well out to deep center. Ellsbury going back. He makes the catch, and the runner from second will tag and head for third. And he is in there.
Good job there at second base of doing the math in his head and figuring out he can make it up to third. So that puts runners on the corners now with only one away.
Runners at the corners here with one gone in the inning. And standing in here is the very dangerous third baseman, Evan Longoria. From the stretch. And a high strike there, 0-1.
And you can see him trying to be a little bit more patient here. He's got 2 strikeouts already, but he's got to be careful not to fall too far behind.
Here's the pitch. And that misses, 1-1. Runners are at the corners with one man out. And a fastball in the dirt that's taken for a ball. And treading carefully with Longoria here. It's 3-1 now.
And up at the plate now, he's really in the driver's seat. I don't think they want to walk him, so this should be something good.
He's set. Here's the 3-1. Now a ball grounded to short. This could be 2. Here's Castro for 1. On to Teixeira, and it's in time for the double play. The side is retired. Couple of hits lead to a run here for Tampa Bay. Home half of the 5th coming up. The Rays lead it 5-0. Starlin Castro will stand in to start things out here in the home half of the 5th. And you get the sense, Steve, that this crowd's been pretty well taken out of the ballgame to this point.
Yeah, they pretty much had to sit on their hands all afternoon. Not a lot to get excited about so far. And I think that's a credit to that man out there on the mound. He's cut right through this lineup for the first 4 innings.
First offering to him stays upstairs. It's a ball and no strikes. The pitch count there. 1 pitch into his 5th inning of work. Not much of a concern, I wouldn't imagine.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. He hasn't had any real overtaxed innings, so he should be fine for the time being.
Oh, and he had him guessing there, and it's a ball and a strike.
Yeah, it's so hard to stay back against a guy like this. Unless you guess right, that thing's just so slow that it's almost impossible to keep from getting out on your front foot.
Change up just off the black, and it's 2-1. That's going to even up the count at 2-2. Cobb looks in. Here it is on 2-2. Good changeup in the dirt. Strike 3. And he makes the throw to first. Castro is retired, and there's 1 away.
Yeah, he's able to smother it and then make the strong throw to first.
Here's Didi Gregorius. Low with a fastball here. In the dirt even. It's ball 1. Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball.
This is a guy whose numbers are on the rise, and this is a big reason why. 2 close pitches, 2 good takes, and now he's in a great hitter's count, 2-0.
Too tight with that one. 3-0. The very least, he certainly established the inside part of the plate.
Yeah, but it's not going to do him a whole lot of good if none of those can find the strike zone.
And he takes ball 4. So a good job out of the 9-hole in getting on base as we go back to the top of the order.
Up next for the Yankees, center fielder
Jacoby Ellsbury will stand in. He struck out and popped out in 2 trips.
Well, not a great start at the plate. We'll see if he can get something to drive right here.
First pitch on its way. Too high, 1-0.
Pretty good speed here coming out of that left-handed batter's box, so it's no sure thing that a ground ball means a double play.
Runners on first with 1 down. Who pulled the string and had him way out in front, a ball and a strike.
And this is exactly what he does so well. He'll make you so convinced that you're going to see a fastball, and then he's going to go the other way on you.
Swing and a little tapper. That's a foul ball. Here's the 1-2 delivery. And he lays off the fastball away, so it's 2-2 now. Runner at first here, 1 man out. And they're working the outer half here, but that one's wide for ball 3.
Now the question, do you send the guy on 3-2 with 1 out? You figure you're going to get something around the plate.
Here comes the payoff pitch. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. Making him sweat out there. The 7th pitch coming up. Pulled toward right center field. Kiermaier has a play. And that's the 2nd out of the inning.
And with the big lead, he can afford to take a few chances with that fastball. And here, this one works out for him because this is nothing more than an easy fly ball.
Here's Brett Gardner now as he lays off a fastball too low for ball 1.
You know, maybe the most impressive thing about his performance so far, he's doing it all in a hitter's ballpark. Well, it's hard to come in here and pitch like this, but he's done a heck of a job.
He's ready. Here's the 1-0. And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball. And that catches the outside corner. It's 2-1.
Yeah, and it seems like he kind of got away from that pitch here in the last few innings. You got to think about bringing that one right back.
Two 2-1. Here it is. All even now, 2-2. A runner on first with 2 away. Chop foul at the plate, and the count holds at 2-2. He's set. Here's the 2-2. Slapped hard the opposite way, but pulled in at the hot corner, and that ends the inning. 1 left for the Yankees. Need to get it going soon. It's 5-0. James Loney will stand in here. 0 for 2 with a run scored so far.
James Loney.
Chop foul at the plate, strike one. Here comes the 0-1. Very weakly on the ground. That winds up foul for the second strike. Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Out in front of that one, but he stays alive and will do it again on 0-2. And wow, tough to lay off the fastball there, but it's 1-2.
And I think that might have been a little bit of a purpose pitch right there up in the zone. Now I think he's going to come back down with something to try to get that strikeout.
Still 1-2 as he fouls it away. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. So 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
Boy, that's a good take there. I don't think I could have laid off that one.
Fastball misses in the dirt as he tried to get him to chase the low one.
And you know what, guys? This is a big league battle going on right now. Neither guy wanting to back down. No sign of weakness on either side.
Goes the other way with it as this is in the air down the line in left. Gardner will get there with ease as he puts it away for out number 1.
Well, that was a struggle with a capital S, but he finally gets him to lift the fly ball here to end the 9-pitch at bat. That'll take some life out of the arm.
So 1 gone in the inning now, and that'll bring in a speed threat in Desmond Jennings. That's yanked into the stands, strike 1. The 0-1 on its way. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Chopped in front of home plate. Throw on to Teixeira, 2 down.
This is a pretty simple play for a catcher right here. It's a nice pitch, and it looks like he might have chopped it right down off a home plate. You can see the catcher get out of his crouch, take it on one big hop, and then just make the good, strong throw to first to get him easily.
Here's Hank Conger. As he'll look at a breaking ball that misses for ball 1. Two out, nobody on. And that one misses upstairs, 2-0. Too high, and it's 3-0.
He's definitely looking fastball there, and you know, he got one, but good recognition not to go up and chase it.
Here's the 3-0 pitch. Swinging away, and now the count will be 3-1. Chop foul over towards the coaching box. Ready to deliver the full count pitch. Hit sharply toward the right side. And a sliding attempt at first, but this sneaks by him, a base hit.
Yeah, that's definitely a hit all the way, but let's check out the attempt here at first base. I think maybe if he stretches out, he could have knocked this ball down, but instead you see that ball get on him just a little too quickly there as he gives it the sliding effort. But I think that ball was headed for right field all the way.
Brad Miller will stand in as we'll flash you back to the second inning as you get a look at this key 3-run home run. Now a ball hit in the air, but in play perhaps down the line. And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. Fair to say? Oh, my goodness. This message and a word from our local stations. Alex Rodriguez will come forward now to start out their half of the sixth, and they've found it rough sailing against this starter so far as he's yielded just 2 hits through the first 5.
Not too many hard hit balls there either. He's had them off balance all game.
Cobb into the windup. Here's the pitch. And he takes a cold strike. 0-1. Now a fastball as he has to lean out of the way there.
Oh, that's what you call getting in tight with fastball.
And this one runs a little too far in, ball 2.
And this is where a guy who's been around a long time knows, hey, we're not going to make up the difference with just one swing. It's going to take base runners. So that's a good job of being really patient at the plate.
Changeup, called to strike, and he comes back even at 2-2.
And now at the plate, here's where you got to put yourself in the pitcher's head and figure out, what would I throw on a 2-2 pitch?
Set to deal on 2-2. Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. Swing and a miss as he ran the fastball right by him for the first out.
Another guy retired there. You see his pitching line to this point. It's phenomenal. Just 2 hits. Both of them are singles. And he's hardly even been in trouble. Thorough domination so far.
Mark Teixeira will stand in for the 3rd time now. Still without a hit, so that streak could be in a bit of jeopardy.
And I think that's in the back of his mind, but it's not something he's really focused on. He just wants to get up there and put a good swing on the ball.
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. And they'll try and get him out in front to start the at-bat, but this misses off the plate away. It's ball 1.
You know, he's pitched a really nice ball game to this point, but this is a big moment for him. Getting through the heart of this order at this stage of his outing would be huge.
Comes in with the changeup, and it's 2-0. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Two and 1 after the foul ball there. Ready to deal. Here's the 2-1. Starts to go around here, but it doesn't matter. This is strike 2 anyway. And he struck him out as well, so he's carving right through the heart of this lineup as there are 2 away now.
And there you get a look at his pitches by inning. You can see the count. He's at 83 for the ball game. Not a huge concern just yet, but he's starting to get up there.
2 away now in the Yankees' 6th, and here's the ever-dangerous Carlos Beltran. First delivery to him on the way. First pitch is a fastball inside, 1-0. That's inside, 2-0.
You got to make sure if you come inside, you come way inside. You leave it out a bit, he's liable to hit that thing in the second deck.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Swing and a miss on the heater, and it's 2-1.
And that had all the looks of a guy who was going to take a giant hack. 2-0, no matter where that pitch was. EK, I know you never did that.
No, not me. Maybe once or twice.
And this is fouled back and out of play. And this is lifted to shallow center field. Kiermaier's got a read on it. And that's the 3rd out. So the Yanks go 1-2-3. They can't chip into that 5-0 deficit. Back here in the Bronx, we're in the 7th with the Rays out in front, and let's get you caught up with our game summary for the first 6 innings. Chasen Shreve is on to pitch now as he'll take over to start inning number 7.
Number 45, Chasen Shreve.
Stepping in, Kevin Kiermaier. He singled his last time up.
Center fielder, Kevin Kiermaier.
Right down Broadway that time. Strike 1. And a fastball in the dirt that's taken for a ball. Tries to change up on him there, but it's a ball. 2-1. Two balls and a strike. Here it is. Grounded to the right. Gloved by Castro. And the throw to first is in time, so the leadoff man is gone here to start inning number 7.
And I just think this is one of those swings where you just get committed a little bit too early. By the time he realized this thing was going to break out of the strike zone, it was just a little too late to hold back.
Logan Forsythe will stand in now. 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch so far. Here comes the first pitch. Watches a fastball right there for strike 1. 1 out, nobody on. That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. And he comes back with a fastball. 1-2 now.
2 strikes.
Just inside, not by much. It's 2-2. 4 pitches. Fast, slow, fast, slow. EK, you thinking fastball here?
It seems to fit the pattern, but you better not get too predictable out there. Guys will catch on quick.
2-2 count. Here it comes. Filthy changeup that time, but he's able to make contact, and he'll get another chance. Lined hard toward right center. But this will not get out there deep enough as it's run down by the right fielder in the alley for the second out.
And that's one of those plays where you might need to reinforce the laces on your glove after this inning ends. This is a fastball, and it is hammered. I mean smoked. But he ends up with nothing, and his average is going to go down.
Corey Dickerson will stand in again, but first we'll flash you back to the very first inning of the ball game. And here you go, a solo home run that had him off and running early on. He's set. Here it comes. And he'll miss the target away with the fastball. It's 1-0. Two out, nobody on. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0. Chop foul over towards the dugout. The 2-1 on its way. He's fallen behind now, 3-1. Three balls and a strike. Here's the pitch. There's the good fastball, and he can't catch up. 3-2. A pretty dangerous spot for that one.
I don't think it was by design. It's one thing to miss your spots out of the zone, but when you miss in the zone, especially up, that's when you tend to get hurt.
Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. Down in order go the Rays, but they hold a 5-0 lead. Leading off the inning, Brian McCann, and they'll need him to get something going here.
And so far in this one, they're still getting shut out. So this leadoff at bat could be huge if he can just get on base, because they've been held in check all game.
Cobb's ready. First pitch on its way. And a breaking ball backs him out of the way. 1-0 the count. Action in the Rays' pen now as they've got a lefty and a right-hander up and throwing. That one will get out of play, and the count evens up at 1-1. A 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Keeping it down here as it's to 1-2. Still no fastballs in the at-bat. It's been all off speed.
That's definitely by design. He's such a good fastball hitter. You don't want to give in to his strength.
A little late on the fastball, but he's able to spoil that one off, and he'll get another chance. 1-2. Here it comes. And a good pitch here, but this is taken for a ball as the count moves to 2-2 now on the Yankee catcher.
Yeah, it's a good battle to start this inning. That's what you like to see when you've got a guy out there that's getting up there in the pitch count.
A 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Tap foul at home plate. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. And that is swung on and missed as McCann is retired for the first out.
Well, not official yet, but starting to look like a formality now that this winning streak is going to come to an end at 5 games.
Greg Bird will stand in, and he, like so many others, hitless in the ball game so far.
Well, we've been talking about it a lot, but this offense is just getting shut down right now. And we've seen some really fantastic pitching in this one.
First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball 1. This is well struck, high and deep toward the left field corner. But that'll stay in the park as it's off the left field wall. And he'll cruise into the bag at second with a one-out double.
Yeah, not a lot of offense to go around for these guys so far. It's just their third hit of the ball game, but at least this one's an extra base hit and goes for a double.
Starlin Castro will step in now as his guys look for a breakthrough here with a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, and it's been a long time coming. They haven't done anything with their opportunities so far. Maybe this will be the time that they finally crack the scoreboard.
And he lays off there 1-0.
Bullpen working behind him, but you know this guy does not want to give up the baseball.
And he never does. I just don't think that's in his mentality.
Comes in with the changeup, and it's 2-0. And through 6 1/3, he's about to hit the 100 pitch mark now. Here he comes on 2-0. And, oh, this one's by him to the backstop. And he'll make it to third here on what will likely be ruled a passed ball.
That's a play that's got to be made behind the plate. Now, still with only one out, they can get that runner home in any number of ways.
Hot shot down the line. And he tries for the backhand reach at third, but he gets by the glove down the line. And the run is in to score from third and makes it a 5-1 contest.
Well, he'd put up a string of zeros up until this point, but it looks like his shutout's not going to be in the cards as he gives up his first run here on the RBI double.
Here's Didi Gregorius as the changeup to him drops in there for the first strike. Well, we'll give you a look there at the graphic. It's his fourth double here in this early part of the year. Gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. 0-2 count, and the pitch. Changes up on him, but that's in the dirt for a ball.
And even on 1-2 now, you've got to expand the strike zone a little up there. You can't go down looking here. You've got to put this ball in play.
1 out and a runner on second base. And a good take there. Close, but it's 2-2.
And the hope was that he would have chased one of those pitches, but now on 2-2, I don't think you fool around anymore.
The 2-2 pitch. And he struck him out. Strikeout number 8 now in the ball game for him.
Boy, at the very least, if you're going to go down swinging. That's a tough way to make a second out when you've got a runner in scoring position.
Jacoby Ellsbury will stand in.
This has been a great pitching performance so far, and they've had these guys chasing their tails all game long.
And a fastball to start things out here. Not close. It's a ball and no strikes. That man's team has definitely shot itself in the foot with all the strikeouts so far.
It seems like it's been a growing trend so far, but man, you just got to be able to put the ball in play when you've got runners in scoring position.
Changeup stays outside and he's behind 2-0.
Yeah, he's got an open base here. Looks like he's going to use it.
Here it comes, 2-0. And that's taken for a strike on the inside corner. 2-1. This is hit the other way out toward left field. Jennings is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. The Yankees strike for a run on the RBI double. We'll march on to the 8th. It's the Rays 5 and the Yankees 1. Steve Pearce will start things out here for the Rays, to be followed on deck by Evan Longoria.
Designated hitter, Steve Pearce.
From the stretch, here's the pitch. In there, and it's 0-1.
He's probably not going to throw too many first pitch changeups. That's a pretty darn good call.
And it's quickly 0-2. The 0-2 delivery. Oh, and he dusted him off the plate that time. Some mind games being played now. It's 1-2.
I think he was trying to get that slider in on his hands, but I don't think he meant for it to get in that far. I think he just released it a little too late.
Tried to shoot the corner, and he missed it. 2-2. He's ready with the 2-2 pitch. And a full count as that misses. It's 3-2 now.
And when you need a shutdown inning, a leadoff walk's not on the agenda. You better bear down right here.
Full count here. Here comes the pitch. Just staying alive, putting together a really good at-bat here. He's ready. Now the payoff pitch. And a good take there will net him a base runner, as it's ball 4 now to start the 8th inning.
Baseman number 3, Evan Longoria.
Evan Longoria comes forward to bat again. He was the victim of a double play last time around.
Yeah, and it's always kind of tough returning to the dugout after rolling into a double play. So you know he wants to make up for that one right here.
Runners going. Behind on that one. Now behind in the count, 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Called strike, 0-2. Ripped on the ground to first. The second for 1. On to Teixeira, and 2 quick outs.
First baseman.
Well, not an easy play out there by any stretch. He's got to hit the shortstop in stride while avoiding that runner who's directly in his path. But he's able to put a good throw right on the bag, and they wind up turning the double play.
Here's the first baseman, James Loney, as he takes a fastball off the plate for a ball, 1-0. (5-1) our score as we play the 8th. Not close. It's 2-0. Down low, and the plot thickens here. 3-0.
I think at this point, a 2-out walk isn't the worst thing in the world. You'd like to avoid it if you can, but this can be a dangerous spot if you just groove one.
And there's a strike as he'll try to work his way back. It's 3-1.
Yeah, a much better pitch there than the one he threw on 2-0.
And the good fastball there finds the zone as the count goes full now, 3-2. Ready with the payoff pitch. Tapper up the line. Teixeira is up with it, and he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. We'll see the speedy Brett Gardner start things out when we come back. It's the Rays 5 and the Yankees 1. Denny Farquhar is on out of the bullpen now as he'll take over to start the bottom of the 8th.
Denny Farquhar.
Brett Gardner will stand in to start things off as this top of the batting order hasn't found a whole lot of success so far.
In fact, just one hit between the 1, 2, 3 hitters combined. So apparently the table setters have not been getting their chores done.
Cut fastball taken for strike 1. And he can't get out of the way there, so the leadoff man will be aboard to open up the inning.
And this might be just what the crowd needs to get off their hands a little bit. Last thing you want to do on the mound is hit a guy and have the crowd come to life against you.
Alex Rodriguez will stand in now in what could be a real make-or-break situation.
And you think at this point you have to get something out of this inning. The further you get into that bullpen, the tougher it's going to be to claw back from this deficit.
Just off the outside, and it's 1-0.
All right, leadoff man on first. Here's where you got to start clawing your way back into this ball game. It's not too late, but it needs to start happening soon.
And he can't get A-Rod to bite on it. It's 2-0.
Well, that's the importance of having veterans on your ball club. You know, a young guy might have swung at both of those first 2 pitches.
The 2-0 pitch. Chop foul right at home plate. It's strike 1. Set to deliver on 2-1. Over at the knees, and that's the second strike. And this is going to be a foul ball. This will be the 7th pitch coming up. And that misses, so the count goes full to A-Rod now, 3-2.
You definitely don't want to go hit by pitch, walk to start this inning. So you got to bear down right here. Really lock in on that catcher.
And he can only battle for so long as he's finally set down here after an 8-pitch at-bat. Time to bring you up to date on the numbers for our 2 starters. It's our starter comparison, and the hometown 9 have had trouble generating much by way of hits, as you can see by the left side of your screen. Mark Teixeira will stand in now, hoping to get on track as they've been able to neutralize his power out of the cleanup spot. 0 for 3 thus far.
Well, guys, it just hasn't been his day. You know, sometimes cleanup hitters are sort of all or nothing type hitters. But hey, he's still got a chance to make an impact on this game right now.
That one's going to find the seats. Strike one. 1-1. Here it comes. That's in there on the outer half. 1-2 now. Runners on first with one down. Chop foul at the plate. It'll remain 1-2. And he is down on strikes again. So get your hats out. That's the third strikeout of the game.
And you know, as a hitter, with the runner at first and one out, I think I'm going to see something down in the zone because I know they want me to hit into a double play. Instead, they go ahead and they challenge him up, and I don't think he was expecting that.
Digging in now, Carlos Beltran. He flew out in his last at-bat. And he takes ball one.
Well, now he's got to be saying, this is the wrong time for that strike zone to start shrinking. You need that to be a strike.
A ball and no strikes. Here it is. Ball two now.
And on 2-0, this is where he's the most dangerous up there. I know it's a fastball count, but I would maybe think about something else.
Now a cut fastball finds the target. 2-1.
And you wonder if maybe he was taken there because he thought his runner was going to be moving from first.
2 out with the man at first. High in the air out to center field. Kiermaier has it in his tracks. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. Yanks leave one. They're down here 5-1. Dylan Betances will come on now to start the ninth inning as he looks to keep this deficit right where it is for the bottom of the ninth. Desmond Jennings stands into the box. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. Ninth inning underway now as the first pitch is taken for a cold strike.
Corner paint right there, 97 miles an hour. What are you going to do with that?
Now a fastball off the plate away. A ball and a strike. And the pitch misses low and away for ball two. And this is fouled back and out of play. And he tries to get him to reach for it, but it stays outside. 3-2. One thing that man right there will not tolerate: leadoff walks.
Especially right out of the bullpen. This might be a quick outing if that happens.
Betances is ready. Here it comes on 3-2. Struck him out as his woes continue, as that's his third strikeout of the game.
Boy, this has been a real nice series for him so far. That's 6 strikeouts right now in this series alone. Man, that's a rough weekend at the ballpark.
Here's Hank Conger as he comes up empty on a pitch right down the middle for strike one.
He's going to need to crank that swing up another notch if he's going to catch up to those.
And he lays off for ball one.
Boy, I don't know that I'd want to be facing this guy right now. He looks pretty fired up out there.
Yeah, he looks like he could run that fastball through a brick wall.
Bases are empty, one man out. Had nibbled the corner there, but missed. 2-1. Boy, he just threw that fastball by him.
You want to talk about a live arm? This guy's got one all right.
He's set, and the 2-2 pitch. Full count now. 3-2. Brad Miller will be next. Strikes him out as well. So make it back-to-back punch-outs here to the first two men he faces out of the bullpen.
I'd say he's made a pretty good impression since coming on. With 2 batters, 2 strikeouts to start the inning.
Brad Miller stands in looking to put the bat on the ball for a change here with the first 2 guys going down on strikes to start the inning. And here's a first pitch curveball that bounces on him there. It's ball one. Now here's the pitch. Fastball got him to swing through it. It's 1-1. And here's a pitch inside, and that got him.
Well, with 2 outs and nobody on, the best way to make a team pay for hitting it is to come around and score. Let's see what they can do.
Ready now, Kevin Kiermaier. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. He's set, and the pitch. The cutter runs outside, ball one.
Ball one, no strike.
A runner on first with 2 away. Cut fastball, and it's by him, 1-1. Way outside, nearly to the backstop, 2-1. Over towards the dugout, but this one will get into the stands. A little late with the swing, but he stays alive. Still 2-2. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. And he'll get under it to put it away in foul territory, and that ends the inning. One left for Tampa. They're up 5-1. Striding in to start the ninth, Brian McCann, and they'll need him to get something going here.
Well, you're facing a pretty big deficit in this game, so they need to start clawing their way back.
First offering on its way. First pitch is a changeup for a called strike. Barely able to make contact. Down 0-2 now. Two quick strikes, and now the 0-2. Hit sharply on the ground, and that is through into left, and an 0-2 mistake here results in a leadoff single.
Wow. You got the guy in the hole, 0-2. He's forced to protect the outer edges, but he doesn't have to worry about protecting against a pitch like this. Look where it is. That's a big mistake in location there, leading off an inning.
Stepping in now, Greg Bird. As nobody out, runner on first. Drilled right back up the middle. That's through for a base hit, his second of the ball game.
We got some life here now in the ninth inning. First and second now, and hey, one more base runner. You're going to bring the tying run to the plate. And we've seen stranger things happen.
Xavier Cedeno will come on now in an awfully tough spot as there are two on here with nobody out. Starlin Castro will stand in now, and hey, give these guys credit. They're not going down without a fight.
I'll tell you what, they're not too far away from making a game out of this one after all.
First pitch coming. Here it is. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1-0. First and second here with nobody out. Low and away as he misses again. 2-0.
No strike.
Here comes the 2-0 pitch. On the ground to second base. This could be two. One there. Back to Loney, but they can't quite get him as it'll go as a fielder's choice.
Yeah, that's good hustle getting down the line. A double play could have really put the brakes on this rally, but he's able to beat it out on the back end just to keep things going here.
David Carpenter will come on here hoping to get the final 2 outs and pick up the save.
David Carpenter.
Didi Gregorius will be the first to greet him here as he'll do so with runners at the corners and only 1 out.
Well, he hasn't swung the bat all that well against the other guy, so hopefully this new pitcher will give him a chance to swing it a little better. 2 strikeouts already.
Starts him out with a changeup for a strike. This is swung on and lifted down the left field line, but it'll get back into the crowd as he jumps ahead of him now, 0-2. Lifted down the line in right and back out of play. Count holds it 0-2. Changes up on him there, but it's 1-2. Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
Oof, that high fastball is definitely a pitch guys will pop up, and that's what he's looking for on the mound. So that's good restraint to hold back and not swing.
Runners are at first and third, 1 away. And that's low, so a good eye there as he works the count back full.
You can just sense him starting to tense up out there on the mound. They had him down 0-2, and now he's struggling to make the perfect pitch, and it's not happening.
Payoff pitch on its way. Good battle continues as this ball's chopped foul at the plate, and the count remains 3-2. Locked in a good battle. Here comes another one. Still hanging with him. Another good swing to keep it going. Hit in the air to right field. Dickerson's there. Makes the catch, but the runner from third breaks for home. And a relay to the plate. And he is out at the plate. Trying to get a little too greedy when he didn't need to be, and this ball game is over.
Yeah, what a nice job to come in here and finish this one off. And with that, he picks up career save number 1. So nice going.
One more look at the final line score there to see the great pitching performance that led his guys to the victory. Well, you always hope to get a good outing from your starting pitcher, but this man went above and beyond in this one. He's our top player of the game.
And this is what you want out of your starter. He gives him 7 strong innings, sets things up perfectly for his bullpen to get the final 6 outs. He's going to walk away with a victory. Good job.
So that'll just about do it for us this afternoon. Thanks to Eric Karros, Steve Lyons, and the rest of our crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. To find out more, head on over to theshownation.com. The Rays are victorious in this one, 5-1. So long from the Bronx.
The final line score for this afternoon's ball game for the victorious Rays: 5 runs, 6 hits, no errors. They left 6 men on base. For the Yankees, 1 run on 6 hits, 1 error. They left 9 men on base. The winning pitcher is Alex Cobb. His record is now 3-1. Give the save to David Carpenter, his first. The loss goes to Michael Pineda. He falls to 3-1. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 46 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this afternoon. And we remind you to please drive home safely.